Hey, what's up and welcome to the channel. I'm Sean Solo 8 and today I'm going to be going over another Marvel Legends action figure review. Today I've got Black Widow and Marvel's Hawkeye 2-pack that was once available at Target. I had to pick this one up on eBay. I actually got it for a pretty sweet deal. I believe 50 bucks is a good deal because it does go for over 70 bucks in some cases. You can see the reason I got it was because of this Black Widow mold, and also it comes with a pretty cool Iron Man head in there, which I don't have, so I definitely wanted both of these. I have 9 Black Widow figures, which I haven't opened yet, and I need to open this one, so when I do my other Black Widow videos, I can use this head mold to show you guys the differences and how cool they look, and ultimately make better videos for you guys. So without further ado, let's check out the box. You can see Hawkeye is on this side and Black Widow is on the other side. Really cool art there on the back. See the short little bio here. Feel free to pause that if you want to see it. You have the Avengers up there on the top, a bunch of hazards on the bottom with a UPC code, and thanks for checking out today's video. Without further ado, let's open these up and take a closer look. Boom, I have Hawkeye and Black Widow out of the package, and these figures are absolutely awesome. Everything I'd hoped for. I can't wait to check out the head mold on my other Black Widow figures as soon as I get around to doing those reviews. But let me just start out and go over the details on Hawkeye. You can see he looks absolutely awesome. He looks just like Jeremy Renner in the head sculpt. Absolutely good top-notch stuff. You can see his hair is really cool, and you can see the 2 different colors on the side and also really spiky on the top. And it's definitely all hard, and you can even see the little facial hair that he's got going on there. But yeah, that looks really cool. The bow does fit in his hand relatively well. So this hand is just a fist though, which is a little bit of a bummer, so we can't actually pull it back or anything like that, but you can pose him because of the little butterfly joints behind him, just like that, so it doesn't look too bad. You can see the detail on the arm. It looks absolutely awesome. These little elbow caps on the back, a lot of detail going out through the wrist, and of course he's got this little blue emblem on his glove, which looks really cool, and it's on top of his glove, and he has a little bit of detail on his knuckles, but again, it's just a closed fist with a hinge on there. This shoulder looks absolutely the same. Again, he has that piece on the elbow, and nothing going on this glove. On the front, the paint looks really good, and it is different textures all throughout. It looks like an all-new mold right there, so they're not copying anything. The sides look pretty cool. The belt looks like it's integrated in both parts of the body, and it goes all the way down through the leg, which looks pretty straightforward, but you can see the cool rivets, and the deep detail in the boots look really cool. And there's a little bit of red on the bottom, and it looks like a bit of sole also, and some peg holes on the bottom. On the back of the suit, looks really cool. Nothing going on, there's no holes, so you can't add anything to the back. Jeremy Renner's butt, if you wanted to see that. And of course, the back of the legs. Let's go over the articulation really quick. I'll save the head for last, but his arms do go up this high, and this arm goes up just as high. They do rotate 360. This arm's a little stiff on this side, and this one's a little stiff on that side. There's a bicep swivel. That's 2 pins in there, so there will be a double jointed elbow, but I'm having trouble bending mine. So, and it just pops up about that high on this side, but overall that's pretty high. There is a rotate in the hands, and don't mind that noise if you hear my dog. She's just sleeping. She's getting old. And there's a hinge in the wrist, which really doesn't want to give me much movement. My hinge is pretty tight in there, but it doesn't want to move very much at all. There is a hinge in this hand also, which this one does articulate pretty good. It pops back, which is good for the bow. But he kicks up really far. That's just absolutely insane. Look at that. Kicks back about this far. He does have an upper swivel cut. Also, double jointed knees, and of course, a hinge and a rocker on the foot. He does bend down way far, and they bend down pretty far back too. And of course, he also has a swivel in the hips. Close up of the bow, not too much going on at all. It is very plain. no paint at all, but it is like a matte black, which is kind of nice. But other than that, yeah, just super, super basic. Don't have to worry about it breaking. They do come with this random gun too, and the detail on the gun is actually pretty good. You can see there's a little bit of gold on the handle there, but I don't remember seeing this in the movie. But let me know in the comments below if you know which gun that is. It looks like it's definitely made for the female version because it's not going to fit in Jeremy Renner's hand. But head sculpt wise, let's pop this off. Pops off very, very easy. It looks like it's on a ball with a hinge in there, which gives it a lot of articulation, and you can see the detail all throughout down there. But let's go ahead and try Ant-Man. I'm going to leave Iron Man on mine. But okay, so Iron Man's on there. Oh, that looks really cool with Iron Man, or Ant-Man. If you haven't seen Ant-Man, I highly recommend it. You will really enjoy it. But yeah, the detail on that Ant-Man helmet looks great. These are soft rubber, so you don't have to worry about that breaking. The eyes look really good on the mask too. A lot of great, great detail on there. I really like the way the A is on that chest. That looks great. The detail all throughout looks really, really good. But I love that Ant-Man head. So far, this is the head sculpt I'm going to keep on here because that looks really cool. He does stand really, really easy too. But yeah, doesn't that look great? That looks absolutely awesome. Ant-Man looks down that far. I'm not sure if I did that. Very good. He looks up about that high, but it's really loose. Look at that, how it bobbles. That's definitely odd. Not something that's good, but if you tilt his head and turn it, it does look up a little bit better. He looks up really, really good, and he looks down absolutely excellent. Look at that. And his head does tilt side to side pretty good. Let's check out Iron Man. To me, it just doesn't look right at all like that. It looks up really high, which is great for flying, and it looks down really good too. The head sculpt on the helmet is really great, which is a bummer. I still need an Iron Man for my collection, so that's probably going to be the last Marvel Legends that I hunt down. I just got the Spider-Man Retro Wave, which I should either have on the channel before this video or maybe after. And you can see the eyes, the paint is a little off in mine. Let me try to zoom in on that so you can see. A little bit of paint is off there. There's like holes inside the mask, which is pretty cool. A lot of cool detail in this. It's like a silver paint inside there. I really, really like that head sculpt. It's a shame that it just looks kind of funny on the body. But overall, it looks really cool. So let me stick him to the side, and now we're going to check out what I absolutely bought this package for is the Black Widow. All the reviews that I've seen of Black Widow action figures, they actually use this head sculpt on all of the different ones, but you can see how amazing that is. It looks absolutely great. Let me just zoom in on that. But as you can see why, it looks exactly like Black Widow in the movie. The hair looks absolutely great. A lot of detail going on. You can see the cool braid goes all the way down, and this is like a soft rubber here. And you can see you can bend it and move it. Certain angles, it looks really, really weird, but overall, absolutely fabulous. This is the weapon that she comes with. It splits off in two pieces. So you can have Black Widow using her two staffs, which looks really, really awesome like that. Really cool figure. I'm going to have probably Nebula on this, and I'm going to use this head sculpt on another Black Widow that I have. But let's go over the rest of the body. You can see the detail on this one. Looks really good too. You can see the A for Avengers is sculpted in there. Nice, rough, different material on the black. Red paint going all throughout. Definitely a cool figure. The more I look at this, now I'm really, really glad that I bought this. Red throughout on the wrist. Again, the weapons, they split, which looks really cool. There's a lot of details on the handles too that you can see. And then they just have little holes on the bottom where you can peg them in. There is Scarlett Johansson's butt. Let's just zoom in on that. There you go. And on the back, there isn't too much going on. Again, no holes or anything like that on the back. Just 2 straps here. No double jointed or no butterfly joints in the back either. And the paint is really plain on the back here, but it goes all throughout the leg, really plain. They can add it a little bit more detail like on the guy's side, but it looks great on the camera actually, but in person it just looks really plain. You can see the black around the toes, looks really cool. And again, she has this little blue on her glove also. But let's go over her articulation really quick. Let me just get these figures out of the back, and maybe that'll help me with my zooming in and out constantly. But Black Widow, I'm just gonna call her Black Widow because that's why I bought it. Her arms reach up about that high. She does do a 360 all the way on both sides. And she does have the upper swivel bicep. Actually double jointed elbows that go up super high. That's pretty cool. And this side's gonna be the same. I mean, that's just a great looking figure. Look at that. If you're a Black Widow fan, this is definitely a must-have pack, that's for sure. Her legs do the splits pretty good. She kicks up about that high. She kicks back about that far. She does have an upper swivel cut and a double jointed knee. And of course, her foot is on a hinge and a rocker in the back. And some holes on the bottom. The other side is the same. Double jointed knee, hinge, and a rocker. On the top, she is on a big ball joint up here, so she does bend down okay, and she tilts back pretty far, and of course it enables her to do, that looks just so cool, doesn't it? Absolutely awesome. Then she tilts back that far, and that's really about it. Nothing else on this figure at all. So let me just stand her back here. Yeah, that helmet just looks horrible, I think. What do you think, guys? Let me know. So last thing, let's check out this head and pop off Scarlett's head, which is, hers just popped off really nice. But this head sculpt, I'm going to be using it on a lot of my Black Widows. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of a teaser right now. Okay, this is the new Black Widow that you can get from the movie. In fact, it's kind of probably hard to get her right now, but I'm going to try this head sculpt on this body and we'll see how cool it looks. And again, I'm going to save that for another video, for another time. But okay, so this head does come off and it is pretty high on this one. But let me check it out. Oh yeah, and it pops on really good. It does look good. Look at that, that looks really cool. So, looks really great. Now I can see why people have been wanting to do this. But yeah, that looks absolutely awesome. Definitely worth it. I can't wait to play around a little bit more. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, Nebula looks absolutely awesome. You can see all the metal in her head here looks great. Her ear looks really good. You can see her eye actually has a nice shiny gloss on it. Looks absolutely great. Love that orange. Well, it's more like a goldish bronze paint. Nice purple and blue on the side. And you can see the mold looks really good on the face. Look at that, it looks like she's looking at you. That's absolutely crazy. But they did a really good job on these figures. If you haven't picked one up, I would highly recommend it. You can make a lot of offers on these. I made an offer on several of them before somebody accepted, and when they did, I'm really glad. Let's check this gun out. So neither hand has a trigger finger, but as you can see, it does hold the gun really well. Nebula looks down really great, and she looks up super high. That's absolutely crazy. Maybe I don't have her head popped in all the way, but to me, Nebula looks really good like that. And I may just keep her on here, or I can try to put the other Black Widow head on here and see what happens. And actually, that looks pretty cool too. But pretty wild, that's for sure. Thanks for checking out today's video, guys. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of retro Marvel Legends here. But thanks for checking out today's video. And I will see you guys in the next one.